Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Kappel here. How are you today? I hope you are well. I hope you are feeling well. And so, some of you who were able to join us at, on our video chat yesterday in the classroom know that we started talking about wearing our masks and why grown-ups are wearing masks and things like that we see out in the stores. And I thought that it might be a good idea to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the world because I know you're hearing about things and you obviously know why you're home and you're not at school. So I thought I would read a book for you today called Germs Make Me Sick. So look carefully at that picture. It looks like there's some kids, maybe they're online or they're at school, and it looks like somebody is sneezing. She's got a little bit of a red nose. So the thing about this book, though, is it's really meant for kids that are 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 years old. So you might hear some things that you don't understand, which is okay. What I want you to do is two things. I want you to ask a grown up that you love and you trust. You know about trusted adults. Or I want you to ask your family if you can send me an email or a video about your question. But I don't want you to worry or not understand what's going on in this book. And I'll explain things along the way. And I want you to be smart and I want you to ask questions for anything that you don't understand. Okay? All right, so here we go. Germs Make Me Sick. This book is written by Melvin Berger and illustrated by Marilyn Hafner. Now, there's a very important character in this book. It's the dog. He's going to do a lot of talking. Now, even though there's a talking dog, you know that when animals are talking or if they're wearing clothes or things like that it's probably fiction or nonfiction. All right, fiction, fake, fantasy. But there are books like this one that might have talking dogs that are real. They're realistic. That means it might have illustrations and drawings, but it's going to talk to you about real facts, like a nonfiction book. So that's what we call realistic fiction. So it's kind of true. And there are lots of things in here, lots of facts that you are going to learn about. So this is a kind of a fun learn about the world book. Oh, and the cat talks too. Okay, I'll get nice and close. So there's one of our characters, and they are in bed. And it looks like he's almost asleep. And these are little germy bugs. And they're saying, "We're coming to get you." And the cat says, "Go away." Oh, it looks like he woke up. "Hurry up, or you'll be late for school." "Rise and shine." He's sick as a dog. You wake up one morning, but you don't feel like getting out of bed. Your arms and legs ache, your head hurts, you have a fever, and your throat is sore. "I'm sick," you say. "I must have caught a germ." Everyone knows that germs can make you sick, but not everyone knows how. Germs are tiny living things. They are far too small to see with your eyes alone. In fact, a line of 1,000 germs could fit across the top of a pencil. There are so many different kinds of germs, but the two that usually make you sick are bacteria and viruses. So those are the two kinds of germs. Even though there's lots and lots of germs, those are the two we'll talk about. Under a microscope, some bacteria look like little round balls, others as street rods, and others are twisted in spiral shapes. So that's bacteria. But viruses are much tinier than bacteria, and some of them look like balls with spikes sticking out on all sides. Others look like loaves of bread or tadpoles. There are even some that look like metal screws with spider legs. That's what they look like under a microscope. And a microscope helps you see things that are very, very tiny, makes them look a little bit bigger. This looks something like maybe you've been seeing around on TV and things. Mhm. Germs, such as bacteria and viruses, are found everywhere. They are in the air that you breathe, in the food you eat, in the water you drink, and on everything you touch. They are even on your skin and in your body. You should wash your hands before you eat that. Looks like he's eating a cookie. Although germs are all around, they don't always make you sick. Many germs are not harmful. Also, your body keeps out harmful germs most of the time. Your skin blocks the germs. As long as there are no cuts or scratches on your skin, germs can't get in. So, boys and girls, if you have a cut and you pick it, that probably makes grown-ups a little upset because they know that that could let germs in. So don't pick your cuts. And this is like a knight in shining armor, and he says, "You won't get in." It's like he's fighting the germs. And there they all are. "We'll find a way." Ah, foiled again. See that? It looks like it's like the pirate ship. You see that? And that's him thinking, So that's how he's thinking about how his body is going to protect himself. Okay, so this sign says health fair. So a health fair is a place where you can go and learn things. Let's see what we can learn. Your nose helps too. It's lined with tiny hairs. That means inside your nose there's lots of hairs. The hairs catch many of the germs you breathe in and they push them back out. The inside of your mouth and throat is always wet. Germs often get stuck in there and they don't go any further. So this is kind of like an inside of what it looks like inside your body. And there are the little hairs that they're showing inside the nose. Yet some germs do slip in every once in a while. Your friend has a cold, he sneezes, germs fly out. You breathe the air, and some of her germs may get into your lungs. It happens. What should that person have done? That's right. How did I show you to catch a sneeze? Right. How did I show you how to cover a cough? That's right. Or your elbow. If you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, you should use your collar. If you catch your sneeze in your two hands, what should you do? That's right. Go wash. But there are other ways that germs get in your body. And I think you might let them in sometimes doing some of these things. You take a sip of your cousin's soda. Her germs are on the straw. A few of the germs may get into your stomach. Have you ever taken a sip from someone else's drink? Maybe that's not a wise thing to do anymore now that you're learning. You're riding a bike. You fall and you scrape your knee. Germs from the ground may get under your skin. But even when harmful bacteria and viruses get into your body, you don't always get sick. That's because your body has ways to fight germs. That'll have to be cleaned thoroughly. Yeah. So if you fall down and you cut yourself or the skin breaks, you rip your pants maybe, lots of soap and water to wash all those germs away. The white cells in your blood go after any germs that sneak in. You can't see those. Usually, these cells kill the germs before they can do any harm. So inside your blood, you have parts of it that are called the red blood cell and parts of it called the white blood cell. The white blood cell eats the harmful germs. They're like the army, and they fight all those germs. Your blood also has special proteins that attack germs. They're called antibodies. The white blood cells and the antibodies don't always get rid of the germs, though. Some germs stay in the body and make you sick. So there are the germs right there, and the antibodies are going after them. There's the germs. There's the white blood cells trying to eat the germs. Antibodies look a little like this chart. What if the germs in your body are bacteria? They quickly start to multiply. What does that mean? Listen, Each one becomes two new bacteria. Then they become four, and so on and so on. And in a few hours, there may be millions of bacteria in your body. The bacteria give off waste products. You know what waste is, right? Like things you poop, that's waste. Some of these wastes are poisons. The poisons can damage or kill the cells that make up your body. When enough cells are harmed, that's when you feel sick. So all this could be going on in your body and you don't even realize it. So your body is working hard to keep you healthy. Sometimes the bad guys take over a little bit too much. And there you are at the nurse's office at school. Or maybe you're waking up sick or you're at your family doctor. That's the nurse. Remember Mrs. Warga or Mrs. Collins? Yes, Mrs. Smith, I'm afraid Janie isn't feeling very well. And this kid's in for recess. See, there's the class outside because she's got a broken arm. And she's got a big smile. Are you going home? I know. When you get a call from the nurse's office to go home, kind of special. You may have pains and aches. You may run a fever or break out in a rash. You may cough or sneeze or throw up. These signs tell you that your cells are being damaged in your body. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever had aches and pains? Yep. Have you ever had a fever? Yep. Sure. I know lots of you have barfed, right? Some of you have even puked in school. Here's the cat. He looks like a leopard because he's all spotty. I'll put it a little closer so you can see. Some bacteria give off poisons that stay close to the bacteria. Bacteria in your mouth are like that. Now, we learned about this kind, didn't we? Their poison only attacks your teeth and causes cavities. It doesn't go to other places in your body. Too many candy bars, Nancy. Why? What does that mean she has? She didn't scrub all that yucky plaque away. She's got a cavity. That's right. What? Oops, sorry. Other bacteria give off poisons that move around the body. One kind of bacteria lives in the lungs, but it gives off poisons that are carried around the blood. And those bacteria may give you a headache or a stomach ache. Do you remember when we learned about the heart and how to keep our heart healthy? There's the lungs right in here and the heart. And there are the veins and the arteries. And here's our cat giving us a lesson. The heart pumps the blood through the lungs and to all parts of the body. Remember, arteries carry the blood away from the heart, veins carry it towards the heart. And here's the mouse saying, how did he get so smart? Probably listen to his teachers. Still, other bacteria have poisons in their outer coats. When they touch different cells, their poisons hurt or destroy them. And that's when you feel sick. You don't look too well, Jeff. Even the cat, the big tiger, is saying, that boy looks sick. What if viruses get into your body? Viruses are different from bacteria. They don't give off poisons. Each virus forces its way into a body cell and it disappears inside. So, this is your body cell, and your body is made up of tons and tons of cells. For a while, nothing seems to be happening. Then, suddenly, the viruses break out of the cell and hundreds of new viruses tumble out. Each virus finds another cell and digs its way in. Then these cells pop open and more viruses pop out. Soon there are millions of viruses in your body. No wonder we feel sick. Jenny will be out to play in a few days. Oh, look, there she is. She's waving to her friends, and they're doing something kind, aren't they? They brought some flowers. The viruses spread out, and as they do, you feel worse and worse. Viruses bring you colds and the flu. measles, mumps, and chickenpox, and lots of other illnesses. Well, we don't really get too many measles, mumps, and chickenpox anymore because we get a special shot for that. That's called a vaccine. So that's a good thing. Though bacteria and viruses can make you sick, you usually begin to feel better after a day or two. Your body has beaten back the germs. Pages are sticky. At times, though, you feel very sick or you stay sick for days. Then you should see a doctor. Doctors try to find out which germs are making you sick. What hurts? They asked. Let's take a look. He's just not himself, doctor. We'll soon have him feeling fine again. Look at his face. Have you ever felt like that kid right there? Perhaps they swab your throat with a cotton stick. Then they send that stick with the germs onto a lab. Or they may take a few drops of blood from your fingertip or arm. That also goes to a lab to be tested. So if that ever happens, I want you to do just like Trixie did from Knuffle Bunny and go boneless. If you have to get a shot or a needle, go boneless. And then it'll be over quickly and you won't feel so bad. You can show your family what boneless means, okay? Your doctor gets a report from the lab. It tells whether the germs are bacteria or viruses. If bacteria are making you sick, the doctor prescribes some sort of medicine. The drug will either kill the bacteria or stop them from growing. So that's the doctor calling in the prescription at the drugstore, like Rite Aid or Walgreens or CVS. Yes, doctor, we have it ready to be picked, they say. Have you ever been to one of those stores to get medicine? Sure. Doctors do not yet have drugs to cure diseases caused by viruses, but they can give you shots to prevent some of these diseases. See, remember when you were little and you got the shots? Some of you are still getting shots, I know, but you won't get them for a long time. If you do get sick with a virus, the doctor may give you some medicine or anyway. It won't cure you, but it might help you feel better or protect you against bacteria that might make you even sicker. Look, the dad says, just, let me look real close so you can see, just swallow it down. And the cat says, it sure is big. Look at the size of that medicine tablet. Boys and girls, you should never touch medicine unless a grown up gives it to you. Remember that, right? When germs make you sick, your doctor might tell you to stay in bed. Bed rest makes it easier for your body to fight the germs. So do eating and drinking healthy foods and drinks. The kids want to know when you're coming out, said the dog. Once you're well, you want to stay that way. There are lots of ways to keep it healthy. Come along, girls. Now, these are rules for good health. Number one, stay away from anyone with a cold or the flu. Number two, wash your hands with soap and warm water to get rid of the germs. Remember, Mrs. Kappel taught you to say the alphabet. You can also count to 20. You can also count by tens to 100. Do that a couple of times while you're soaping up your hands. Number three, eat good, healthful food. I know you do, lots of that. Number four, brush your teeth after meals. That helps keep the germs out of your mouth. Get plenty of rest. Do some exercise every day. Visit your doctor or your dentist regularly for checkups. And be sure to get the shots you need. And there's the dog saying, oh, I'm sorry, it was the kid next to the dog. Makes sense. There's the cat saying, yay. So there are lots of ways to stay healthy. And as long as you're doing all of these things, your body is doing a good job keeping you healthy. And soon you can be back on the playground. Now, germs do make you sick sometimes, but you can help yourself be fit as a fiddle all the rest of the time. All right, boys and girls. So that's my story today. Remember, it's called Germs Make Me Sick, and it's by Melvin Berger and illustrated by Marilyn Hafner. And remember what I said, if there's something in this story that you didn't understand or you have more questions about, what are you going to do? Right, you talk to a grown up about it. I don't want you to just think and say, that's going to make that's a little scary, or I don't understand that, because sometimes people get afraid about things that they don't understand. So I do not want that to happen to you. Well, that's all for now, my friends. I miss you so much. I love you, and I hope you enjoyed my story. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye bye for now.